Gallery Beat Time.
It's the introduction to reality.
Okay.
Did you meet Pat? This is Sono. Nice to meet you. Pat's the musician. He's going to be performing tomorrow. He'll be playing.
We have Pat
Daugherty.
right behind us. If the auction houses are making record sales, it's like, well, who's buying it? Nobody I know is like, buying a Picasso for $40 million.
Well, nobody I know is spending any money.
Does anybody know anybody like that?
Just moving. Let's bring up our next guest. What do you think?
Our next guest.
Let's bring him up. A really talented filmmaker. I'm really excited. I mean, I know.
Wait a minute, wait.
You ready?
Oh, no, we don't have him. We don't have him up next.
We've got Pat Dougherty.
We're talking with Pat. Oh,
Pat.
Jesus.
Oh my
I'm gonna wash my hands
Pat.
before I shake them.
Jesus. Thank God somebody has it straight.
I got it all right here on the list. You just have to read it upside down.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, that's great. Let's talk to
Dyslexia, Where's Pat? I'm gonna move the mic. You move over here a little closer.
Okay.
I would have, if this was wine, I would have never spilled it, okay? Or vodka. I would have never spilled it. But
We inverted it.
hey, Pat, I don't know if we met or not, but in the Mark Kostabi show, you're the guy who actually supplies them with what you're doing for us right now, basically, right?
Right, yes.
So I mean, you're really like a hands-on artist. Like you could just, they could plop you into any situation. You could just like wet,
amazing.
right?
That's right.
Yeah.
You have this. How did you get into that?
I'm an overly trained piano player.
Yeah.
I grew up, my mom made me take classical lessons against my will.
Was your mother Chinese?
No, she wasn't. But she did teach health education.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, and then I went to college and I was trained to be a jazz piano player, but you also had to take classical lessons. So I, like at night, would be in the room going, it's Beethoven. And then playing jazz. Which I can do that like for like a week,
All day.
nonstop, all day and all night.
Yeah.
And it's just taking me on an adventure. I've worked with a lot of interesting artists, like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm on a Snoop Dogg record.
Oh, is that right?
Been to Snoop's house.
Wow.
What's his crib like? Right.
Snoop, actually, the reason I'm bringing this up, he and his wife are connoisseurs of fine art,
Is that right?
modern art. If you go into Snoop Dogg's living room, it kind of looks like this. with statues, which you can't touch. And his wife runs around making sure, just like this guy did, that you don't touch any of the
Did
statues.
you get some like booty and fine,
Unfortunately,
drugs and stuff like
Is there lots
that?
of
I mean,
weed?
what?
I was there working, but I did see all that unfold.
Really?
Yeah, it was like after 1 o'clock in the morning when all the rappers had laid their stuff down, and boom, like 2 truckloads of females showed up.
That's awesome. How do you get the job?
Yeah, and the party moved out. But Snoop, I gotta say, I tell everybody this, we started at 6 o'clock and we ended at 4 in the morning. And he worked the whole time. So I was like, okay, I see how Snoop got to where he is, because he worked from 6 to 4, and I was there like the whole time with him in the studio.
Wow.
cool.
Wow.
So was he really going after your particular sound that you have, or
Yeah.
he was really going after your stuff, because, he's kind of in acquisitions in a way.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. They had a groove like, and that would play over and over and over, and I would just sit there and go,
Oh,
and then, and Snoop did say, he goes, "You're funky, man."
So you're like doing the jazz funk thing. He's like grooving on that.
Yeah, and what
Okay.
was funny is there were like 30 guys in the room, right? 30 guys in the room. And the engineer said to me, whatever you do, don't start rapping. Snoop doesn't like that. If you start rapping. Now, I'm actually like, as Lisa knows,
Yes.
I'm a
yes.
total freestyle, like I
Yeah.
can just start making up text.
Really
and
funny. Yeah, yeah.
So I was like there, ready to, I wanted to rap. But I didn't, but Snoop liked to dance to everything. Well, I also liked to dance. So I started dancing, and Snoop came over and danced with me. It was
wow.
you know, I'm dancing with Snoop, and it was like 28 guys.
Was it a slow dance?
It wasn't, but I thought, hell. I'm
There are
gonna
2
do it.
truckloads of women and he's dancing with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, what's slow dancing
But
with
the-
hip hop artists? I don't know what it looks like.
So is he like a
Yeah.
pretty serious, he's not, Snoop must be a pretty serious guy, right? Is he?
He was all about making the music.
Yeah,
He
it's
didn't
all
care
fine.
about the women.
So, what about you? You've worked recently with Ornette Coleman, who is
Yeah,
one of the
he's an
he's one of
up-and-comer.
the most avant-garde jazz brains of all time, isn't he?
Right, so you have to take
mean,
all the things
honestly,
that
it
you've
was
learned,
right
you
out
know,
there.
all the things like to play in key, and all that stuff, and then you have to go. And that
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
you again, you know.
It's like
So,
go someplace else, you know, where it's not fun anymore.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I have some like great New York musicians, some incredible New York musicians on this record. And I also have, I just want to pay him a little credit, I have the drummer from Jane's Addiction is on one of the cuts, Stephen Perkins.
Oh yeah.
He has a jazz group called Banyan. Has anybody ever heard of his band? Banyan? It's a jazz group. And he has a,
tree.
an amazing band with Rob Wasserman, who's Lou Reed's bass player. And
Wow.
I've got to tour with them twice. And it's a gig, they just pay me to go out there. Seriously, all I do is improvise. I don't even know the songs.
Would somebody,
You know.
would someone buy some CDs so we can have Pat back?
Yeah,
Yeah, buy
it's
some
kind of
CDs.
like this, except he got paid.
Yeah. But this CD is a rarity because it's a double CD, right? Just what everybody wants.
How do you get two in that one little package like that?
I took the
They're extra
MGMT
extra
package.
thin?
Yeah, it's amazing how thin they
They're
are.
like
you know.
floppy disks or something?
They're regular discs.
Sort of pre-digital, or what? I don't know, a floppy disk. Has anyone seen a floppy disk here?
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of young
Yeah.
people, I don't know.
Okay.
I was going to play at the end, but I could do a little something now.
Yeah, do something
Here I am in my second millennium. I'm breaking down the space-time continuum. I flip verse like a fast food Socrates and freestyle with my 88 keys. Here in the land that takes battle plans to new heights, spectacular sights. They'll aim for you and drop a bomb too. Like the universe, we are expanding, so our supply keeps up with the demand. Vibrating with the heavyweight ring. I also like to do accents, and we had a gig, seriously, for David Bowie's band. It was
Wow.
an after party. And the guys in my band were going, just like the Snoop thing, they're going, whatever you do, man, don't go into your David Bowie impersonation. I've never done good things, right? And Bowie was sitting right where he was sitting the whole time. And I was like, kept waiting for the moment. I wanted to go into my David Bowie. And I didn't.
Well,
You know, I think as a white
Why?
guy, you get away
Yeah.
with a lot more.
Yeah.
why make it tough, right?
Yeah.
It's already tough enough.
And
But
then,
thanks. That's
And then David Bowie came up and he wanted to sing the song Alfie. You know that song from
Oh
the
my
60s?
God.
What's it all about?
It's like karaoke.
Alfie. He was fabulous.
Oh my God. That's really
Wow.
weird. Of course, he's
But I
a
also
weird
want to
guy,
say, I
right?
just got back from Mexico. At least told me to prompt for this. I just got back from a week in Mexico. I was down in Colima, which is on the west coast, working with this group called Ballet Folklorico. And it's like this
Yeah.
army,
Yeah,
an army of
Yeah.
Mexicans. Seriously, they have 50 dancers,
they're very well known.
30 singers, and an orchestra, like a 40-piece orchestra. And they were doing this musical about a grandson trying to reunite with his grandfather in heaven. I think that's the whole, and it was so positive and beautiful. And, you know, it's like my blackened New York heart was sitting there going, oh God, this is so, and it was, by the end I was crying.
Wow.
And
How could you play and cry?
I wasn't playing.
Oh.
They had
did
me.
perform for you,
They
right?
performed for me. They did
performed
the whole
just for
show
Pat
just for
Coleman.
me.
They did the whole show just for Pat.
And I was like, my
cow.
heart was like in danger of bursting because
must
it
have
was
been
so
amazing.
positive and the people were so beautiful and everything was delivered. It was like just like the perfect balance of sort of romantic and seductive and then grandfather, you know,
Wow.
all those things we have.
There must have been all this cynicism pouring out of you, like
Oh yeah, I was just like,
purging out of you.
and like people with like you know, physical disabilities getting up and then singing these these like great solos. I was just like,
People
oh.
in wheelchairs
Yeah,
rising
no,
for the
you
first
can't
time
imagine.
ever, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was all like that. Song on the record.
Did they
is,
ask you to bring anything back with you when, you know, on your way back?
to bring me anything back? No, but you know what? I did manage to bring some little bugs back.
Oh, really? Did you
Yeah.
did you get sick, or did you infest your home?
Yeah. my
Invested
little
your
dog
home.
now has like these huge rashes on
You have
him.
a dog? I didn't
No,
know
I'm just making that up.
that.
That's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
But the last song on the record, thanks for asking, is actually about the whole AIG scandal,
Oh,
which our
really?
last guest was just talking about.
No. So, Pat, you know what my prescription to you is to bring bug repellent when you travel.
Thank you.
His is defective. But at
Oh,
least he
man.
doesn't have to walk off stage.
Well, it's more.